Hey everybody, welcome to What You Watchin', the Cult Classics Patreon. Cameron Jones here with
Jordan Jones.
Thanks once again for helping support the station. It means a lot. What I've been watching this week, I got tricked by the. You're not on social media as much as me, but there's a lot of like just movie reviews and like this is the scariest movie out there. And one of those TikToks was like, no one can finish the movie Veronica. It's on Netflix and no one makes it to the end. So getting dared like that, me and my fiance were like, okay, let's put it on. It's a Spanish-speaking movie. We like foreign films anyway. And sometimes they tend to be more kind of fucked up and scary anyway. So that kind of helps. It's a possession movie, which are scary, but it was finishable. We did watch it. It was fine. It was good. It was fine. It wasn't super duper scary.
The whole possession I mean, horror in general is a genre that's gotten away from me. Mm-hmm. But the possession genre, I think it used to be better when... Well, one, I was younger, so I hadn't seen as many movies, so I scared easier.
Sure.
But I think in these possession movies now, they don't build anticipation as much as they used to. They just show you whatever the demon is.
I mean,
way too early and way too often.
Half of The Exorcist is just slow scenes of like a zoom in kind of thing, just building suspense, you know?
If I'm to equate it to my only experience going to haunted houses, Megs and I went to Fright Fest a few years ago or 10 years ago. I don't know when the fuck it was, but it was a while ago, right? Fright Fest at Six Flags in the Chicagoland area. They had like 7 haunted houses, and neither of us had been to one ever before. Mm-hmm. So on the first haunted house, we got there like right when the park opened, and I don't even think this haunted house was like truly open, like no workers were there. So around every corner, we're like, when's the scare coming? And it turns out there was none because nobody was there, but it was terrifying. At the end, I think we saw a guy like sweeping the floor. He's like, oh, hey. And we're like, oh.
It's like the end of The Simpsons. The Willy Freddy Krueger was like, boo! Oh no, I left the gun on the bus, and he has to go back.
But the anticipation was much more frightening than later on in the night when we got, scared on every corner.
I will say, as far as like supernatural scary movies go, like the Exorcism ones are scary. Any like devilly kind of thing's always kind of creepy. And it had its moments, but it was kind of predictable just because I watched the genre a lot. So the only thing the whole time I was thinking is like, who's going to die, who's not. I was a little wrong on that, but it was overall, it was good. It just wasn't as scary as I was hoping. What have you been watching?
I've been thinking about saying this, so I'm just going to say it. My life passed before my eyes.
What life? What?
I'm watching my life pass before its eyes.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm going to have a kid. I'm 36. And
I thought you were saying in reference to me, so I was trying to think of like the Simpsons quote. I'm like, what are you doing? What's going on here? Just getting real? Okay.
Just getting real and introspective, yeah.
Well, what you been watching?
Just Naked and Famous still, if you want me to go down that rabbit hole again.
Naked and Afraid?
Oh, yeah, Naked and Afraid. Oh, Naked and Famous is that band from
I'm sure
New Zealand,
still
right?
existing. Yeah, I thought you were going to say from a few years back. I'm like, they're probably still doing stuff.
You may or may not remember this, but when their first song came out, I can't even remember.
Youngblood?
Yeah, that song. Anyway, I signed up on their fan base to win 2 tickets in their native land of New Zealand, and I texted you and I texted Megan. I'm like, listen, there's a good chance we're gonna go to New Zealand because I didn't think they had that many fans.
You got me super hyped. You're like, I've signed in twice. There's not a chance we aren't going to New Zealand this summer.
I thought 100%. I'm like, just set some time aside. How many? Because it was a relatively. They weren't a huge band at the time.
Would have loved to go. It's a beautiful place from what I've seen.
Yeah, I know. Mortar, right? And Middle Earth and all that stuff.
And big news, I've been putting this off, and viewers out there won't care because it's been out, it's been in theaters, it's been on streaming, they won't care. But I finally watched The Batman, I really liked it. One, I've been rooting for Robert Pattinson, his career kind of, because I do think he's a good actor. He was great in Tenet. But I'm going to say something crazy. I think it's my favorite Batman movie right now.
That's because it's the most recent one you saw. So
well, it's not only that; it's just such a different take, and it's just like it's a detective movie instead of a superhero movie. And I am a little superhero fatigued, so seeing that character from a different viewpoint was very nice and refreshing.
Well, in general, that's what's great about Batman, and I feel like their movies tend to be a little better because it is just a normal guy
right.
with unlimited funds getting wacky and dealing with family issues. You know, we can all relate to that.
There won't be any spoilers in this, but there is that air of believability, which I'll say it's even more believable than the Christopher Nolan universe. Like, and that was already pretty grounded, but I'll say this one's even more so kind of realistic.
Yeah, I guess in his gadgetry. But again, I suppose Batman Begins is similar to this, and it's the prequel, and you kind of see the early years of Batman.
Right. If you don't know, this isn't ruining anything, but the Batman takes place very early in Batman's career.
I think it's year 3. So he's definitely, it's a lot more DIY than an established Batman character that you get in later ones.
But I kind of like that. I just like the whole cop vibe. I like him
I
going
really
on a
like the
mystery
look of the movie. I really like the acting. I enjoyed it quite a bit. But to Trump, and this is me, and I know people have turned throughout, they gave it time and it got too hype, but The Dark Knight is the shit.
No, it's great.
And you're just never going to get a better
Batman?
No, like, just Heath Ledger elevated that movie so much with his performance. It's just tough to undo that.
It's going to be pretty hard to Trump that. Yeah.
But I did like it. I felt great coming out of it. My raving review is I'm like, that felt like a Batman movie, and I enjoyed it.
Even the music kind of seemed closer to the old score, which I like. They kind of had some of those rising horns. It felt familiar again. But the one thing I will say, and I do think Robert Pattinson is a good actor, but I don't think he's doing anything groundbreaking in this. I mean, it's a lot of just staring off and being sad and emo. So it's everything else around the movie apart from that necessarily. I'm not saying his performance is breakout. I'm saying the whole movie as a whole is just great.
I think Zoe Kravitz is really good.
She is very good in it. I will say that.
Their take on the Riddlers, it's a little dark for me, actually. I'm like, ooh, this makes me feel uncomfortable. The only thing, and this is not a knock to the movie because I think it works fine and well. It's just crazy to me. And again, this is spoiler alerts, but you're listening anyway.
I did say no spoilers, but
oh, really?
That's kind of our caveat of this whole thing.
Oh, well, I guess. Never mind.
I mean, it's pretty new. Maybe we won't ruin this one for people.
Okay, I did enjoy it. I thought it looked good. I thought the acting, was good in it.
I hope.
But I do for the Batman character in general, though. It's not like a super, and this is most superheroes, protagonists. They're not that deep of a character.
Tell that to Kevin Costner. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Oh, you mean Michael?
Say that to Michael Keaton. Did I say Kevin Costner?
Yeah, I'm like, I guess he was in that Superman one. He took the unnecessary tornado death.
Yeah. Well, scratch that from the record. Wish we edited this one a bit, huh? In other superhero news, I also watched Spider-Man No Way Home finally. I dragged my feet on doing it, and now I have no epic movie to look forward to right now.
Unless you want to see that Cursed Beast one with me,
Yeah, I will eventually.
I didn't see it last week, and I don't know what I did last week, but I do want to see that movie still.
Again, no spoilers for this one. The only thing I will say is I liked it less than Batman. It was still good. It was epic. I liked the nostalgia of having Spider-Mans and stuff, and I knew I would. I mean, the internet spoiled that for everyone forever ago, but it was good. It was fine.
In general, though, you like Batman's more than Spider-Man's. Any depiction of their movie.
Somewhat. I'll say the last two Spider-Mans, though, were really funny. This franchise was really good.
Yeah. I'll echo what you said. The spoilers, you already know about them, but it really made me feel nostalgic for something I didn't realize I was nostalgic for.
Yeah, agreed. I'm not...
And his name? Skip ahead 45 seconds.
It's Tobey Maguire.
It's Tobey Maguire.
And he was fun.
Dead-eyed Tobey Maguire.
He was fun and weird, and it loved it.
I can't believe he has a career trajectory that he did. He should have never been a leading teenage man. He should have been whatever. Jake Gyllenhaal's Nightcrawler. Man, Tobey Maguire dead-eyed would have killed that one.
Oh, he'd kill that, yeah. Okay, I've been kind of rambling. What have you been watching?
Honestly, just Naked and Afraid.
Oh my God, we can't talk about it another week. Is it still are you still on Naked and Afraid of Love? Are you on the dating? Are you back to regular?
We're pretty much just the regular.
Okay.
But as far as a new movie or a new TV show, I have been watching on HBO. It's called Winning Time. It's that Adam McKay directed a story about the 1980s Lakers season.
I don't think I know that.
It's heavily depicted, so it's got Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Dr. Buzz. So it's pretty fun and entertaining. But since all those people are pretty much still alive,
Yeah.
they're like, that's not how it was, and you're kind of making us look like assholes, and they're not liking it. They're publicly not liking it. And it made me realize most movies that are biopic pieces or depict real people, you wait till they're dead, so they can't say a fucking thing.
You need them to be dead so that, the estate or the whatever you call it can't, so that everyone's fine with it.
I think people will enjoy the show. It's entertaining enough, and it's an Adam McKay style, kind of like Spotlight, or not Spotlight. What did he do? The Big Short and the Don't Look Up most recently. So I enjoy it, but since Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they're all alive, and specifically Jerry West, man, their character assassinating him, and people are like, Jerry West isn't an asshole. He's not an alcoholic. He's a real nice guy. If you don't know who Jerry West is, he's an all-time great Lakers player, and the NBA logo is his silhouette.
Yeah, so there you go.
Anyway, I enjoy it. If you ask Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, or Jerry West, they're like, not for us.
No, thank you. I've really kept it in the Marvel universe because then today I started Wanda Vision. Now, this was like
too much. I can't do TV shows.
You won't be able to appreciate some of the nuances in this because I have stuck through in all the Marvel movies. I've watched it all, but I'm usually pretty slow to hop on the bandwagons when everyone's really excited about something. But
didn't you just start watching Dexter?
Yeah, and I gave up on it. And
Man, you're about 2 years away from getting into Lost. That's gonna be awesome.
No, I was with Lost at the time and gave up on it. There weren't any big dinosaurs. Damn it. But I should have technically watched this all before this Spider-Man, I think, technically. But here's what's fun about it and why you might like it. I mean, you won't get any of the Marvel Universe stuff they're doing, but
I've seen enough peripherally. It's like I kind of got it. And
the first episode,
spoiler alert is like kept secret. I know the big things.
Well, the fun thing is just like the first 3 episodes so far that I'm at, it starts in the 50s. It's like a Leave It to Beaver, then goes to the 60s and 70s, and it's just thematically changing each episode.
No, I saw that. It seems that does seem pretty cool.
So that's actually been pretty fun. So I have been enjoying that. I was just watching that at the end of work again. I'm doing everything that's in a Marvel universe that has spoiler alerts, and sorry.
So let me ask you this. Whenever that Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show comes out, let me know how that is, because I'm interested in that, because I like Hugh McGregor.
I'm sure it's going to be just fine. He's
you
charming.
really like not Rogue One. What the fuck's The Mandalorian? You like The Mandalorian?
Yeah. I finished season 1. I was halfway through season 2, and I just got busy and Dexter started other things. I have been meaning to go back into that. Funny enough, watching Wanda Vision today, I'm like, why am I not just finishing The Mandalorian? And I will.
The only reason I want to watch The Mandalorian is a dumb reason, but I'm like, I want to see Bill Burr do Star Warsy shit.
That's partly, honestly, why I started. I was listening to his podcast talk about it, and I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do it for Bill Burr. I'm going to start it right now.
I know that Bill Burr is good in the roles he plays, but he's still a little bit Bill Burr in a lot of the roles.
No, he's 100% still Bill Burr in the roles
just
he
in
plays.
Just in Star Wars, it's like that?
Yeah, and that works still. It's fine.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I prefer it that way.
You know what? Check it out because it is good. I mean, it's Jon Favreau, and everything he produced for Marvel and Disney has always been gold, and like it seems like a passion project, and this was. So
the one big miss that Jon Favreau had that seems like it should have been a can't miss is Cowboys versus Aliens.
Oh yeah, that was him.
Yeah, I think it was before right near around when Iron Man came out.
I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. It was just forgettable. Maybe it was. I don't remember it. I remember watching it at one point.
It has the look. It has the title. It even has the genre. It's just kind of like, it's just flat.
Yeah. I mean, I
think it's just boring, Anyway. By next week I'll have something more I watched. That's not Naked and Afraid. And
I'll try to get out of superhero connected universe spoiler alerty kind of thing so we can talk a little more in depth. Even though, once again, we don't do spoiler alerts here. It's more about just, how we felt about it. I like
the Batman. I think I like them about equal. Maybe the Batman a little more.
I like the Batman more. I like it a lot more. It's weird how much I liked it.
I agree. I think people do quite like it. It's a very long run time, though.
It's just I went in with high expectations, and I always ruin movies that way. And this one met them. And I've just been hitting a lot of gold with expectation management, setting them high, and it being met. So Nothing
Oh,
McGoldrick.
that's definitely not the way. That'll equal out.
Oh,
the
I'm
pendulum
sure
will swing back hard on that.
Oh, real soon. But that's all I have for this week. Thanks for tuning in to What You Watch, and thanks for helping out the station. We much appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
If you're paying for this and you like us, check out Cult Classics, as you already know of. Urban Hermit, if you like our banter but hate our takes, but I'd be surprised right here. And Cameron can divulge his other.
And I'm not crazy if you want to listen to conspiracy stuff. All right, thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Bye.